One beloved station, Radio Cayman.
The voice,
the heart, the soul of the Cayman Islands.
For the Record is brought to you by Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealership serving the Cayman Islands. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. West Bay Pharmacy, taking care of your health. And JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
This is For the Record with Ort Connor.
coming to you live from Radio Cayman Studio.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you. For the record. Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is your talk show.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Ort Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees. So fair. Today is July the 22nd, 2022, right here in the beautiful, beautiful Cayman Islands. We hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on the roads of the Cayman Islands, whether you're a pedestrian or a cyclist or operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please, please, please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road, and remember, if you do so, then the life you save may be your own. I also want to remind you that the birthday shout-outs between 7:30 and 7:45, they are brought to you by life insurance agents Michael Webster and Randall Lawson from Cayman Insurance Center, and they remind you to don't take chances with your family's future. So if you're celebrating a birthday today, we want to wish you a happy birthday. Or if you celebrated one over the past few days, a belated happy birthday to you as well. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to express our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing to you as well. For those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery as well. So speaking of birthdays today, well, let's start with the belated ones first. And Minister Andre Ebanks celebrated a birthday yesterday as well, and these special birthday greetings are coming to you from Miss Phyllis Jensen. She wants to wish you a belated happy birthday, and she wishes that you will live to see many, many more, because you are a relatively young man, so you have many, many more to go as well. Also, not a birthday today, but a huge, huge milestone. So Miss Sadie and Mr. Marfield Shillette, today they are celebrating 61 years of marriage. 61 years for Miss Sadie and Mr. Marfield. Most of you don't know him as Marfield. Mr. Biggie Shillette, celebrating 61 years. Miss Susan, these days, marriages don't last 61 days or 61 weeks, much less 61 years anymore. That is one milestone to be reached, 61 years. And we want to congratulate them again, Miss Sadie and Mr. Biggie, today celebrating 61 years. Also, other persons who are celebrating a birthday today, Ding Ding Scott celebrating a birthday. She's celebrating a birthday. Christopher Mark Durant. And Miss Susan, you said is he the entertainer? Oh, Edwards, the other one that we get to. So Christopher Durant, you're not an entertainer, but you're celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Mr. Kristen Suku, he is celebrating a birthday today as well. So Mr. Suku, happy birthday to you. Jermaine Edwards, that's the entertainer, okay? And he is celebrating a birthday today. Miss Susan says that he's a gospel singer as well. Oh, Miss Susan, I wanted to tell you also, Miss Phyllis said, no more vacation for you. The next time that you go on the next vacation that you go on, it has to be with her. You're not going without her because she misses you when you're not here. So she asked me to pass that on to you as well. So other persons, some of these celebrities who are celebrating birthday today as well. So we have singer George Clinton, who's 81 years old. So all of you youngsters may not know about him. Actor Danny Glover, he turns 76 today. Actor and director Albert Brooks turns 75. Actor William Dafoe, he turns 67. Who else do we have? David Spade turns 58. And singer Selena Gomez, she is 30 years of age today as well. So those are the birthdays. And then, of course, we have the wedding anniversary, the marriage anniversary. Miss Sadie and Mr. Biggie, 61 years. Miss Susan, you said we have a caller, so let's grab that caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. For the Record. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. This is Paulinda.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good. Calling to wish my mom a happy birthday, your cousin.
Oh, yes.
Today she'll be 84 years old.
Wow, Miss Carita. Well, we will convey our greetings to her, birthday greetings to her as well. You're still out there on the road walking? Still out there?
Yes, I am.
Good. Well, if you keep that up, you're going to follow behind your mom's footsteps in terms of longevity as well, if you keep that up.
Yes, I think that runs in our family vein.
Yes, it does. It really does. Yes.
Yes. So certainly have a wonderful day and a blessed weekend.
Thank you very much, and enjoy your mother's birthday as well. I know you all will have something really celebratory for her as well. Thanks for calling also.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Any other callers, Miss Susan? We have two more callers. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Osi. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you doing, my friend?
Good. I just want to welcome Susan back.
Yes. Good to have her back, and she's happy to be back as well.
Yep. Was that Miss Carita Mendoza's daughter?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! I thought it was her, and I want to wish her a happy birthday because oh my goodness, Miss Carita's food.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Carita's Copper Kettle.
Yes.
And she used to cater for the school too, right?
Yes.
She was the caterer for the school?
Well, it used to be Cayman Islands High School, but yeah, I went to John Gray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I still remember those fritters, those egg fritters with jelly, and oh my goodness. Anyway, if Miss Carita, if you're listening, I'm very, very happy.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll grab the other call in a second, Miss Susan. I'm also advised that Brother Cassidy Jackson, Cassie, had a birthday yesterday, and this person says, hope it was an enjoyable day, and may God bless him with many, many more greetings from the Jacksons, his neighbors. So, Mr. Cassidy Jackson, happy birthday to you, or belated happy birthday to you as well. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, Osi. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, not bad. 61 years is a long time for marriage. It takes a lot of work. Yep. And let me tell you, she been making rice and beans for 61 years.
That's his favorite?
You know? Yeah, that's not see it. You know? And I got a song there. I sang a song for her a few years ago. It's called "It Is No Secret What God Can Do." And I want to welcome back Susan. And I was talking to her, but she don't want to talk to me no more because she can't run off like that and don't make us know, because I know the flavor of her music, you know. So when the music not don't sound sweet, really sweet, I know it not her. Which I mean, radio Cayman plays sweet music, but I mean hers is got a little extra on it, you know.
Okay, got a little extra twist to it.
So I want to congratulate and wish and say that many more years of marriage, because it takes work. I heard you telling Susan it don't take 61 days now. And I know I'm marrying 1 month, and the next month they divorce, so, or in court. So congratulations to Anseden, Biggie, and God bless them and everything. And I hope Susan can find that for me after your show. It is no secret what God can do.
Okay, she's listening. She got you. Thank you very much for that. Caller, we have enough time to grab another caller before the break. Miss Susan, caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you doing? How are you? Hope all is well.
I'm coming to camp.
Okay.
It's the Cayman term this morning. I just want to say happy birthday to Miss Creda, my second mother. Oh, see what a lady. I don't think that anybody went hungry in Cayman knowing Miss Creda.
Yes.
No, nobody went hungry. But and she got 2 beautiful girls, niece and Lenora. And and a handsome husband, John Brad. I just want to say happy Miss Creda birthday, and I will be coming to see you. Niece, thanks for letting us know. Thanks a million, OC. Talk to you soon.
All right, you have a great day. Please stay safe as well. Okay, we have another caller, but we're going to take a commercial break first. When we return, the conversation will continue. So, folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
During the first quarter period of the 1800s, Cayman society underwent major changes, namely with regards to slavery. Between 1800 and 1834, Caymanian slaves nearly doubled from 545 to 985. As time went on, a small but growing number of Caymanian slaves bought or were granted their freedom, which permitted them to be formally married and to own slaves themselves. In March 1809, Miss Elizabeth Jane Trusty bought her freedom for £5. As a free woman, Miss Trusty would go on to prosper and build a household in Georgetown. While she was not a dedicated abolitionist, Trusty would go on to free 5 more slaves in her life, including presumably her own children who had been born into slavery.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We Rotary Central help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
We think it's time you crossed over to a new vehicle. And with the Toyota Corolla Cross now at Vamt Motors, you have plenty of reasons to make the switch. The crossover body and hybrid engine is a sleek design in a sturdy structure with a spacious interior that opens to extensive cargo space. Stuck in traffic? The high-performance self-charging hybrid system automatically switches between gas and electric vehicle mode, helping you lower both fuel costs and carbon emissions. The Corolla Cross has full LED lighting inside and out, an integrated display audio system with energy monitor, and a dual-zone climate control system to ensure comfort for all. Test drive the new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid today at Vamt Motors, Walkers Road.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice-cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
At Doctor's Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctor's Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Superior Auto is pleased to announce the grand reopening of the new Superior Auto Apprenticeship Center on Seymour Drive. New opportunities, new beginnings, a new home for Caymanian youth seeking career training and certification in high-demand trades such as automotive repair, AC, refrigeration, and so much more. Put the value in your pocket. Fun fact, the average hourly rate for a tradesman can be 4.5 times the minimum wage. The Superior Auto Apprenticeship Center is a not-for-profit program. Accepting applications from June 20th to July 20th. Contact 949-9570 or 525-9571 to apply today. The Superior Auto Apprenticeship Center, successfully building the next generation of hardworking Caymanians since 2010.
Hi, I'm life insurance agent Michael Webster.
And I am Randy Lawson from Cayman Insurance Center.
Proud sponsors of the birthday shoutouts on For the Record.
Whether you're another year older or just a year wiser,
making sure your family is protected is a pretty wise choice. I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
And I am Randy Lawson at 322-2145. Give us a call today to find out how you can better secure your family's future.
Cayman Insurance Center, protecting you and your family so you can take back your future.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record.
This is For the Record with Ort Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We still have a caller on hold, so let's go straight to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, my friend. How art thou?
I am well. I want to pile on.
That's so. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Congratulations to Sadie and Mr. Biggie. Big congratulations, Sadie. That's for me, my mom, and everybody. As they used to say, them over there. We wishing you well. Hard work. Both of them work very, very hard in their working days. And I say they're still working hard, too hard. So big congratulations, I say there.
Yep.
And Mr. Biggie. And to Miss Karita, big up.
Yes.
Everybody remember the flitters are telling us if we find somebody to push it, we have memories, we have culture, we have history. I don't think she had to push them flitters too hard, but at least she put them on the market, and then they did it for themselves. Big happy birthday, Miss Karita from Charlene and Beauty and the family. Thank you.
Before you go, I was saying to Miss Susan, 61 years of marriage. Some marriages don't last 61 days, or even 61 months, and longer, or 61 weeks. But there are some who may argue that as a result of Caymanian men having to go off to sea, that may have had something to do with marriages lasting longer. But then there's a flip side to that also, where if people are separated by distance and time, other things could happen as well, which could cause marriages to crumble, to break up. But I believe that there is probably a positive effect of spending time at sea, not being there all the time, because depending on who your partner is, there are some couples who like to be with each other all the time, and then there are some individuals who like to have their space, a little space, want to be able to go out there and have a drink with your friends, socialize, or maybe even go on vacation. The guys go on vacation, the women go on separate vacations and stuff like that. So there are so many variables involved in it, but I believe one of those variables in terms of the being away, and in most instances, the minimum period was 12 months. Because remember now, when you went on national bulk ship, Southwell and national bulk, you had to do your 12 months. That was basically a contract that guaranteed you that you got a free passage home afterwards. If you were fired from the ship, then of course they pay you away. But if you were leaving voluntarily before those 12 months, there was a strong possibility that you had to pay your own passage back home as well.
Wow, Mr. Connor, jack of all trades. You're a marriage counselor. Mr. Connor, I think the gentlemen of your day, and I kind of fancy you were on the tail end of the seamen, meaning the young men were going out then, and then it stopped.
Yeah, well, in 1968, 67, 68, I did my little 9 months.
Yeah, you are, and Ireland. Oh gosh, I can't. Just a couple of nights ago, me and somebody was talking. Ireland is a seaman, but anyhow, I think the values were different. A Caymanian man on the door cut me off now because he opened the door. Wanted a pretty Cayman woman. Understood their values, because usually mama and grandma raised everybody. We didn't have helpers and nannies back in the day. So I think the male gender got accustomed to a certain way, and he saw those certain ways that you were at home flourishing because mama and grandma and auntie and big sis and everybody were home. And, that's what he would then gravitate to when he's out in society, the same kind of the long frock, you couldn't see the wrist.
The sleeves were long, blah, blah, blah. And everybody called that boring and moralistic. And I think they appreciated that because my friend and I had a testimony from a very, I'm not calling no name, very valiant Caymanian seaman up in England. And this lady fall in love and called and begging him to bring. He said, I can't carry you home. You one color night and next. I gotta go home to my people, and you're not gonna like it when you go down there, so on and so forth. So they had their time, and they came home to their ladies, and they didn't want anything different. They wanted each other. They wanted a home, couple of children, get as good a job as you could back in the day because employment wasn't much, but they wanted the same things.
And Miss Susan was discussing with
each other for that.
Yeah, Miss Susan was discussing with me too that people took marriage much more seriously then. You were in it. You were in it for life. And don't forget now, those are the days when if you wanted, a woman's hand in marriage, you had to ask for consent. In most instances, you had to. It was usually not verbal either. May have been had to be put in writing. And when you were courting, you court on the front porch, going inside and no house and no room and stuff like that. You court outside, and you may even have company when you're courting too.
So you're courting everybody. So I think it was a whole different set of values. It wasn't quite so sexualized, just use the word. Not everything about sex. You had to be holding hands, and they were sitting on it, examining now how big your hand was, and could it hold hers and your hand. I mean, it was too public for anything else. But I think in that, if you could pull through that meant that you could pull through anything, and you wanted to be together too. Because, of course, there were always options. But you really wanted to be with this particular person, male or female.
Yeah.
That was your choice. And, of course, it was serious. You know how much it cost to put on a wedding? And to me, it was just a different time. And the thing I liked most when I was about maybe 6, 7 years old were the showers. Everybody had the same thing.
The shower, Big deal.
I call it the salt and pepper shaker set. A towel set, them glasses set, and for the poor folks, we saved the glasses out of that oatmeal pot. Pretty little striped glass, remember?
And then many people went to Jamaica to get married too. A lot of people went to Jamaica too. That was a big. No, not necessarily high class. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
I thought they were the high class.
My sister. No, I think she stood for someone in Jamaica, but I remember them
kind of things like that. But I wasn't too privy to them.
And the photographs that were taken those days, those black and white photographs, they were something else of weddings and stuff like that.
If it was junior, some of them still exist. I hear today, very proudly. I think, you know me, I think we have so much to be proud of, all on our very little own. But, I say that, big up. For the rest, some of these young people, they might get married for the right reasons, but there are so many options to get out of the marriage, too. Not saying that is not necessary sometimes. I'm not as naive as all of that. But, the options are for another partner, and then the options for a bigger paycheck, and and so many rights and privileges, and everybody stand up and cry out for their rights. So if my rights not being met, even though we have marriage counselors, I don't think they're telling them anything different. They just, they just want out and not putting up with this, and
Well, thank you very much. We have to go to the news at 8:00, but thanks for the conversation as well, folks. 21st of July, 1966, the Tradewinds newspaper reported that the last voyage for the Kirko, she was set to arrive on Saturday, July the 16th from Kingston, Jamaica, and that was going to be the last voyage for the Kirko. How many of you remember the Kirko? folks. Top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. Please stay tuned. When we return, we will have representatives from the fire service with us talking about their recruitment drive. So if you have any family members who may be interested in joining the fire service, listening, you may have questions or comments for our guest as well. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Conner. And studio time now by Foster's is 7:59.
At Foster's, you'll always find the biggest specials on the products you love.
Just like a 4-pack of Kellogg's Special K Shakes, only $7.39, save $2.70. Zest Body Wash 18-ounce, just $2.79, save $1. And Seabest Shrimp 32-ounce, only $13.49, save $4.
You'll find even more great specials in-store or online with Foster's Go. Foster's, better prices because we care.
Price is good until July 27th, 2022. Find more specials at fosters.ky.
At Foster's,
the voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Past and present members of Parliament, residents, and visitors gather on the steps of the House Thursday night as the country marked 50 years since the building's official opening. Radio Cayman Chanda Gallego was there.
A celebration to mark the 50th birthday of the Cayman Islands Parliament Building, the then Legislative Assembly Building, which was officially opened on July 31st, 1972. During the 50th anniversary celebration, Premier Honourable Wayne Panton gave a history of the Parliament Building. There was the unveiling of the 50th anniversary plaque, a recognition of living former parliamentarians presented by MP the Honourable Kenneth Bryan, an unveiling of the photo of women in Parliament for current female members of Parliament, and it was Parliament Speaker, the Honourable Makiva Bush, who gave a memorial. With the help of kids in attendance, a colourful fireworks display was presented. The event then featured a number of performances and a dozen acts, including Jimmy Lapierre, Mr. Lammy Seymour, Cayman National Choir, Joanna Clark Primary Family, Dream Chasers, Miss Alana Warwick Smith, Sir Johnny Cumber Primary School, Miss Betty Ebanks and Family, Matt Brown, and the Cayman Folk Singers. The event ended with a live painting of the event presented to the Honourable Speaker of Parliament by local artist and teacher, Mr. John Broad. Reporting for the Cayman News, in Hero Square, Georgetown, I'm Shanda Gallego.
The weekly COVID figures show a drop in local cases. Epidemiological Week 28 covers the period of July 10th through the 16th. And according to Public Health, the COVID-19 indicators generally showed a small decrease. The case rate has fallen 5% from 616 cases per 100,000 to 585. That's a decrease in newly confirmed cases from 427 to 406. Testing has also fallen by 3%, which is a smaller decline than in previous weeks. Public Health says 9 new hospital admissions were registered during the period, an increase from 2 admissions in the previous week. Of the 9 new admissions reported, 4 were admitted due to COVID morbidity and 5 were detected on screening. A total of 12 patients required inpatient treatment, which increased from 6 the week before. During Epi Week 18, 108 adults received a COVID-19 vaccine, 40 first doses and 68 second doses, and 89 children got their vaccine, 36 first dose, and 53 got their second. In international news, Turkey says it's brokered a deal with Russia to unblock exports of grain from Ukraine through the Black Sea. The agreement is due to be signed in Istanbul this afternoon by Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, and the United Nations Secretary General. Russian and Ukrainian teams have arrived in Istanbul to sign the deal. Ukraine has ruled out signing a direct deal with Russia. Instead, both countries will sign mirror deals. The price of wheat fell on global markets after news of the deal emerged. Ukraine is one of the world's largest grain producers, and Russia has been blockading its major Black Sea ports. The world shortage of Ukrainian grain has sent food prices soaring and left millions at risk of hunger. And cyber attacks on one of the world's busiest ports have nearly doubled since the start of the COVID pandemic. The number of monthly attacks targeting the Port of Los Angeles is now around 400 million, according to the port's executive director. Los Angeles is the busiest port in the Western Hemisphere, handling more than $250 billion of cargo each year. The CEO said the threats are believed to come mainly from Europe and Russia and are aimed to disrupt the U.S. economy. Seaports move billions of dollars worth of goods every year, making them a unique target for cybercriminals. They face daily ransomware, malware, spear phishing, and credential harvesting attacks with the aim of causing as much disruption as possible and slowing down economies. That's your latest news. I'm Karsley Fuller.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating?
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger Sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory breaded, frozen and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger licking good.
Early Bird gets the cheap tickets. Join us at Parker's Raceway July 30th and 31st with tickets starting as little as $10. Race on over to parkersraceway.com and get your Early Bird tickets before they sell out. Follow us on social media for more event details at Parker's Raceway. A big thanks to our sponsors, Monster, Valvoline, AI Rentals, Event Pro, VP Racing Fuels, Parker's, and NGK Spark Plugs. Get your tickets at parkersraceway.com.
Radio Cayman News.
Prices in Cayman continue to climb.
We're developing assistance programs so that our community is prepared to handle the turbulence that economists have indicated lies ahead.
Another relief measure includes an effort to make home and land ownership easier.
Cayman Islands Development Bank is working with a pool of CI $50 million for qualified borrowers to buy or build a home.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning, everyone. Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, I see we have just about everyone, and of course, Tom drops off, as per usual. Let's just wait a minute here. He always comes right back, and we're almost ready, and... oh, whoever's dog that is, please go on mute. Why won't it let me share my screen? Okay, looks like we're ready to start.
We're like a video conference with no technical issues. CG Britcay. Good like that.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 84 degrees. Relative humidity is 78%. The barometric pressure is 29.96 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east at 7 knots. Overnight low temperature was 82 degrees. Synopsis indicate mainly fair skies expected today, along with moderate easterly winds and seas, as a tropical wave currently extending east of Jamaica drifts closer to our area. Radar images show isolated showers around the Cayman area drifting towards the west. Now the forecast for today calling for mainly sunny skies with a 30% chance of afternoon showers and possible thunder, and temperatures will rise to the upper 80s with a heat index of 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east at 10 to 15 knots and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers and temperatures falling to the upper 70s tonight. Winds will be east at 10 to 15 knots and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will be this afternoon at 12 minutes past 12 and a high tide again tonight at 12 minutes after 7. The sun will set this evening at 3 minutes after 7 and will rise tomorrow morning at 5:59. And the outlook is calling for an increase in cloudiness and showers on Saturday morning as a tropical wave moves across the Cayman area.
Good morning, everyone. Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, I see we have just about everyone, and of course Tom drops off, as per usual. Let's just wait a minute here. He always comes right back, and we're almost ready, and... whoever's dog that is, please go on mute. Why won't it let me share my screen? Okay, looks like we're ready to start.
We're like a video conference with no technical issues. CG Brit-K. Good like that.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving your goals is a very rewarding feeling, but at times can feel very frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting goals, adjust as necessary. When goal setting, anticipate ups and downs. Often it will be easier to stick to some goals than others, so allow yourself to have some flexibility in your approach and assessment. Continue to dream and adjust the end game to maintain interest and motivation. Ask yourself, is this really my goal? If it is a goal imposed by others, then consider what might be in it for you. Why would you do this? There is always the option not to do it. Figure out why you're doing it and then go for it.
Change your thinking and change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look at what's happening on our roads. Traffic is busy coming from the east on Cool Road. Slight delays expected, but nothing to worry about too much. As we look to coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, steady but flowing traffic. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue traffic is moderate in both directions. Into Georgetown on Shedden Road looking pretty good. Out of Georgetown on Shedden Road, light to moderate traffic flow. Light traffic on Owen Roberts Drive and coming from the Westway 4-way stop, traffic is flowing at a good pace. And on North Sound Road, traffic is moderate in both directions. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report. Have a good morning and drive safe, Cayman Islands.
You see how hard it's raining?
Yeah, and I don't have time to fight traffic and get my lunch from Subway. I have so much work to do.
Why don't you order Subway by using the Let's Eat or Bento app? Save time, stay dry, and get your sandwich fast.
I never thought of that. Great idea. I'm going to order now.
Order me a veggie pizza while you're at it.
And a cookie platter for the office.
Too busy at work or home? Is the rainy weather stopping you from dining out? Order your favorite Subway sandwich, wrap, or pizza through the Let's Eat or Bento app with fast and reliable delivery. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Ransomware, DDoS, malware, phishing. If you don't know what those mean, you're not alone. But if you aren't protected against those cybersecurity attacks, then your business is at risk. Don't leave your data or your business vulnerable. Get Digicel Business Protect. Simpler, smarter cybersecurity. Visit our website, www.digicelbusiness.com, to request a callback or call us now on 623-2499.
From food to construction materials to office supplies, chances are a truck brought it to you. Superior Auto honors the value that the trucking community brings to these islands. Reliable, quality-trained technicians who value your time and aim to get your trucks back in service so you can continue to be of service to your customers. Specializing in complete Isuzu, Hino, and other models of delivery box trucks and its repairs, including computer diagnostics, mechanical, and body repair. Superior Auto, 525-9571 or 949-9570. Keep on trucking with Superior Auto. The following is a special announcement from the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association. The Grand Cayman 6A member backpack distribution takes place July 18th through 29th at the 6A office above number 1 shoe shop on Hospital Road Plaza. Backpacks are limited and on first come, first served basis. Members should bring identification to speed up the collection process. If you are collecting bags on behalf of another member, please bring a written signed note from that member with a copy of their ID. The Grand Cayman 6A member backpack distribution, July 18th through the 29th. The Cayman backpack distribution will take place on Thursday, August 4th. The Department of Agriculture would like to advise the community that their warehouse, sales office, and plant nursery on Agricola Drive in Lower Valley will now be open 6 days per week, Monday to Friday, 8:15 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. For more information, call 947-3090 or visit their Facebook or Instagram page at Agriculture Cayman.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matters. For the record, with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Those of you who are watching us on YouTube, you will notice that there are no guests in the studio, but they're going to join us by telephone momentarily as well. But we do have a caller who's been hanging on during our news break as well, so we're going to grab that caller before we talk to the representatives from the Cayman Islands Fire Service. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, it's me again.
Morning.
I got a quick question. Can you tell me anything about the government with the light bill for the 2,000 watts or something like that under 2,000 watts that they pay a portion of it for the 2 months or something like that I was hearing?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, whether or not based on your CUC bill, whether or not it is automatically deducted by Caribbean Utilities Company, and then the government pays CUC for those deductions that are made. I am not sure. I was looking at a bill the other day, and I saw something on it that indicated minus $100 and something. The bill was like about, I don't know, $500-600, and minus $100 for something to do with government. but I'm just guessing. But if there's anyone out there who has knowledge of how it works, please let us know. I'll try to also contact someone at CUC to have it explained to us, or someone within government.
Yeah, because if it is under 2,000 kilowatts, then government would do like $100 or something, but I haven't heard anything of when it was going to start. So could you find out anything for us and let us know, please?
I certainly will. Certainly will.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, caller. So, folks, the Cayman Islands Fire Service, they're having a recruitment drive, not only here in Grand Cayman, but also in the sister islands. And we have on the phone lines with us, I think they're still in the BRAC, actually, Mr. Roy Charlton and Miss Tina. Folks, good morning. Welcome to For the Record, and I'll ask both of you to introduce yourselves to our audience.
Hi, good morning. My name is Tina Ebanks McBean, Deputy Chief Fire Officer for the Cayman Islands Fire Service in the administration section.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm Roy Charlton, Deputy Chief in charge of the domestic section, Cayman Islands Fire Service.
Good morning. Welcome to both of you. I don't know if you want to start off by telling us, giving us a little history of the Cayman Island Fire Service and a few plugs in terms of why you decided to choose a career in the fire service and why it is so important for others to have an interest in joining the Cayman Islands Fire Service as well.
I'll make Miss Tina go first. Ladies, four gentlemen.
Okay. Well, my history in the fire service is I grew up in a family. My grandfather was a captain in the Dade County Fire Department, and I didn't see any of the male in the family. I didn't see any of the males in the family that were interested in becoming firefighters, and I like to reach out and do things that are not in the norm really as a woman. And I saw that the fire service hadn't hired any females, and I decided to pursue that as a career. I tried probably 5 or 6 times before they actually accepted me, and I've been there since 2002 until now.
Okay, and you were the first female recruit for the Cayman Islands Fire Service?
Not entirely. There was another female there that was hired in as a control room telecommunicator, but I was the first certified female firefighter.
Oh, well, congratulations to you as well. Congrats.
Thank you.
For me, it was mainly about giving back to my community. Growing up as a young man, I was involved with a lot of community clubs, one being Leo's. My father was Lions. So it was always about giving back community. And when I first looked at it, it was one of two choices I had. It was either the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service or Fire Service. And I got accepted to the Fire Service first. So that's pretty much mine there. 35 years later, I'm still here. And, I'm a big advocate for community service as well. So it's one way that we can, we do a job, but it's so much about our community is the most important part of it.
Okay, so let's start talking about your recruitment drive, and it is not only taking place in Grand Cayman, but in the sister islands as well. I'm made to understand.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead, Roy.
Yeah, that's right. We're having two. Well, yesterday it took place in the BRAC, and Ms. McBean can elaborate more on that as to how that went. But today we're doing it here on Grand Cayman, and we're encouraging people between the ages of 18 to 35 to come on out and hear what the fire service is all about. There'll be a lot of our young colleagues on hand today, pretty much from the recruitment class that we have now to the last two recruitment class. So we have young individuals who've been in the service going on a year, 2 years, 3 years that can give more insight as to what it's all about since they've joined and where they see the department and everything else going and what they've been able to achieve in that time.
Okay, and so you've spoken about the fact that you're looking to recruit between the ages of 18 and 35 years of age. Any other qualities that you would be looking for as well?
Yeah, they have to be physically fit, mentally and physical. This job, a lot of people don't realize, takes a lot of mental stress, and having that mental mind to know that there's a number of things that we deal with on a daily basis. A lot of people, the general public itself, don't see.
Mm-hmm.
It's about being physically fit. You have to be able to do a number of different things, and your physical abilities is the most important. So those are some of the attributes. As far as who's able to apply, Caymanians, Cayman status, people with the rights to work and stuff like that, male and female.
When you say people with the right to work, that would be permanent residents with the right to work, as opposed to just work permit holders?
No, permanent residents.
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
One of the things that we're pushing on this time is recruiting more females if possible. Even though we're uniformed services, when we compare to the other uniformed services that we have, we only have 4 females in the whole entire service. That are firefighters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the things that we're pushing for, and I think a lot of times, as I've said in the other is that I think females are intimidated to the fact that they think it's a more male-dominant job. Once you have the physical abilities to be able to do the job, then that's incorrect.
Okay. So can we talk a little bit about the process in terms of recruitment? So I know that today, between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., there will be an event taking place, a recruitment at the Sports Dock. I want you to talk about that. We're going to take a commercial break in a few minutes, but we want to start talking about that. We also want to talk about the length of time between a person making an application, either being accepted or rejected, and then actually receive an acceptance letter, how long it takes, for them to actually start to train and everything. Because I know in some instances, persons who are anxious to get started, and especially if they have given up other employment to join a government department, the lag in time, the gap in between, can be extremely crucial to them. So I'd like you to talk about that as well. But let's start off by talking about the event today.
Okay, the event today starts at 3 p.m. and we're running it until 7 p.m. We'll be at the Sports Dock. We'll have officers there demonstrating some hose drills, branch handling, climbing the 100-foot ladder. We'll have a vehicle there on display for extrication, and Roy can explain what extrication really is, as that's one of their responsibilities in the domestic unit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have the new recruitment class out there. They'll demonstrate some foot drills, which is the marching aspect of the fire service, and various other items. We have an 18-minute video that cuts out bits and pieces of the actual training for the past recruit classes, and also some incidents that we may have responded to, just to give you a little insight into what we do on a daily basis or whenever called out to do.
Okay. And Ms. Tina, while we still have you talking, Mr. Charlton did indicate that you're going to also talk about what occurred in the BRAC. You want to tell us how things went over there as far as recruitment drive?
It was a success. I mean, for the numbers that we got, I expect to get a lot more in Grand Cayman, But for Cayman back in their population, I was told that the numbers that came out was a good success. So we had roughly about 20 odd people attending, and we went through extrication, the breathing apparatus set that you wear during an actual incident when you have to enter a building or you have a car fire. They allowed the attendees to hold the set to see what type of weight it was. They did some ladder drills, hose running, and it was quite detailed in the manner which they spoke to the people that attended the drive. It was successful.
And any females, interested females in the BRAC as well?
I only saw 2 come out.
Okay, well, that's not two out of 20-something. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not
as
bad.
a start.
Yeah.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take a commercial break. That commercial break will probably be about 2 minutes, so we're going to ask you to hold on, and we will continue the conversation with you as soon as we return. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice-cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
JN money touchdown. Send the money now. Reach wow. You say you need some money. JN money, I go send it in a hurry. Get through quick when you come collect your cash, or use a money card and swipe it in a flash. Send funds to any bank, yeah. Pay your bills quick, yeah. Low fees, you know it, yeah. JN money, we are pick, yeah. Send and receive funds at any JN Money location. It's fast, affordable, and convenient. Money touchdown with JN Money. Send funds to any bank, yeah. Pay your bills quick, yeah. Low fees, you know it, yeah. JN Money, we are pick, yeah.
Call 345-945-2014 for details. Available at JN Money locations across the Cayman Islands.
Make your house into a home. Welcome to Brand Source Home Gallery, your source for premium products and a premium experience. We'll design and install your dream kitchen with crafted cabinets, complemented with elegant appliances. We'll fill it with quality houseware and cookware. Custom designed closet and storage solutions organize and beautify any area. And with the finest bedding, you'll get a perfect night's sleep knowing Brand Source Home Gallery has everything you need to make your house a home.
Attention drivers, hurricane season is from June 1st to November 30th. Hurricanes don't plan ahead, but you can. Get prepared at ACE with batteries, flashlights, and generators. Power a small electric stove, charge your phones, or turn on some lights. Be prepared for hurricane season. Visit our store at 11 Ashko Street, Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
New stock has just arrived at Super Stitch. Now don't take my word for it, drop by and see for yourself. Fresh off the boat, we have loads of fabric, vinyl upholstery fabric, fabric for cushions, outdoor fabrics, and dress fabric. That's not all. Super Stitch has sewing accessories and craft items. Included in the new shipment, you will find sheets, comforters, throw pillows, bath mats, rugs, and curtains for every room in your home. Super Stitch, 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best price in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
System 1 loaded. 1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the record.
This is For the Record with Ort Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have on the phone with us Ms. Tina Ebanks McBean, Deputy Chief Fire Officer, and also with us Mr. Roy Charlton. Folks, welcome back, and let's talk some more now about the whole process of recruitment. So you're having demonstrations now. Your target audience are young persons between the ages of 18 and 35.
Yeah.
And so that is your target audience. You're having some demonstrations. Are those persons able to receive application forms when they're there, or are they directed where to go if they're to be completed online? Can we talk about all of those processes as well, please?
Okay. We won't be handing out applications, but we will be handing out some informational flyers, which will give them the website, which is www.careers.gov.ky, where they would need to go to apply for the job. We intend to have the job on that platform within the next week. So this is just preparing people to go back and sit down and really think about, is the fire service somewhere they would like to be? Is that a career for them?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said previously, we'll be demonstrating hose drills, branch handling with water, ladder drills, some extrication, and different things. And then we have the 18-minute long video with different clips of recruitment training, exercises, and some aviation firefighting exercises, and just a bit about what we do on a daily basis.
Okay. And what, in terms of numbers, how many new recruits you're actually looking for?
Well, right now we have a capacity to be able to take on 16,
mm-hmm.
but we're hoping, and to go back a bit, you asked about when we would be opening the doors to take them in.
Yes.
So within the next week or two, we intend to take applications in.
Mm-hmm.
That window is open for 2 weeks.
Okay.
After that 2 weeks, then we start going through all the applications and doing the shortlisting process. That'll take another 2 to 3 weeks. So the entire process and to get people in seat, we are looking to get people in seat on January 1st, 2023. But we want to start this process now because it's quite lengthy with the requirements that they have to go through,
mm-hmm.
with going through doing background checks, medicals, and the drills that they have to go through. Once they're done the written test,
mm-hmm.
then we have to go through, score the written test, then we have to schedule for the physical test, whichever applicants have passed, then they'd automatically go on to swimming, which is an eliminator, because we need you to be able to swim in order to be a firefighter.
Okay.
So once you do the swimming, that's another shortlisting process. So if, say for instance, we have 100 people that pass, and out of that 100 people, they come to do the swimming, and we only have 70 pass the swimming, then those 70 people will go on and do the other physical testing parts of the process.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite tedious, and because of the numbers of applications we get, it takes quite some time to get through the process. But we chose to begin this process because of all the requirements to get to hiring the right candidate.
Okay, so if I have an interest in the Cayman Islands Fire Service and interested in joining, what can you tell me about the possibilities for upward mobility if I start as a recruit and start at the bottom rung of the ladder? What additional incentives, what additional training opportunities either on island or off island are offered to me in order for me to advance my career?
Okay, when you join as a firefighter, you initially go through an 18-week training course, which we have a training manager in-house and other officers that assist, and they begin with the domestic part of the training, which is Royal section. When they learn how to do the actual firefighting, to be able to respond to motor vehicle accidents, structure fires, and various other incidents. They also go into aviation training, which is another aspect. Which part of that class is taught in-house, and then we have an overseas assessor that comes in for quality assurance checks with them to ensure that they're to the standard, because it's an international certificate that they receive for that part of the training. We've also incorporated an international certification aspect into it, which is the Institute of Fire Engineers that they do, and that the class that we have in now that started on 1st of July, they're actually already registered and will take the exam later, closer to the middle of the third quarter of the year, and that certifies them to work internationally. That certificate that they'll receive. So we're branching our local training to international standards. Once they're put on the front line after that 18 weeks, then they're on probation for an additional 6 months. When they're on the front line, they become actual then firefighters. So they go from trainee firefighter to firefighter. 6 months probation. They go through an assessment process for their working skills, and after that assessment, then they move up. They may move up a point or two on the pay scale, depending on their assessment. During that time, they have the ability to work along with experienced officers, and then those that are interested can start studying to become a pump engineer and become certified as a pump engineer. We have in-house training. We have instructors in-house that train them to operate the pumps on the fire trucks. And if they become successful at a pump engineer, then you go overseas to Florida State Fire College or another academy, and there are 3 different classes that you'd have to take for firefighter apparatus, fire ground hydraulics, and aerial appliance. And from there, I'd let Mr. Charlton speak a little bit on that section.
Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a commercial break first, and then we will speak to Mr. Charlton as well. And he's in charge of the domestic fire service, Ms. Tina?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life
Your Radio Cayman 6 p.m. news, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Logic, your life connected. The Department of Environmental Health would like to advise Cayman Brac residents that due to elevated seasonal temperatures, garbage collection services will now start at 4 a.m. during July and August. To avoid missed collections, please place your garbage in the enclosure a night before your scheduled pickup. For more information, contact the DEH office in Cayman Brac at 948-2321.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matter. For the record, with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. It is my pleasure to have on the phone line with me this morning representatives from the Cayman Islands Fire Service. They're talking about their recruitment drive, and there's a very, very important presentation that is taking place this afternoon at the sports dock. The conversation has taken place between Miss Tina Ebanks McBean and Mr. Roy Charlton. Mr. Charlton, he's a Deputy Chief Fire Officer. He's in charge of the domestic fire service. And before I go over to him, I want to remind those of our listeners on Wednesday, I believe it was, between Monday and Wednesday, we shared an article in the Northwestern newspaper for the July of 1979, and it talked there about Captain Charles Cockernell introducing the Fire Brigade Bill to authorize the island's first domestic fire service. So just a little bit of history there, Mr. Charlton. The legislation covering the first domestic fire service in the Cayman Islands that was brought to our Legislative Assembly by Captain Charles Cockernell in July of 1979. Mr. Charlton.
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead.
All right. The question was, again, I think we was talking about mobility in the service.
That's correct.
Right. Yeah, and I think Ms. Martin covered a vast area of it. Outside of that, I mean, we have the aviation section as well. And so as they move, as the new recruits move from the different levels, unfortunately for us, we're not that like other uniform agencies where we have a big umbrella of branches. Mm-hmm. We have the fire prevention section, which deals with a lot of the inspections and stuff like that, which also falls under Ms. McBean. And then we have the aviation section, which falls under Deputy Chief Brevon Elliott. So for the aviation section, which is the part that I don't think a lot of people really understand, is, has to do with a lot of the flights, the international flights that we have come to the island. That mm-hmm. section is licensed and registered, and they play an important role within the service as far as coverage for aircrafts landing and taking off from Owen Roberts International, whether private, commercial, no matter whatever aircraft, helicopters, it doesn't matter. We always have to have a crew on hand in an event that there's an emergency, mm-hmm. As well as aircrafts that cross within our airspace. So, after becoming a recruit, you're either placed on the aviation side or the domestic side, where, like I said, learning never stops within the service, and it depends on the individual as to how far you really want to take that learning. Mm-hmm. The opportunities are there through the IFE program, which, like Ms. McBean elaborated on, that, it gives you the certain qualification that in the event you decide that you want to move on or even try, overseas firefighting or whatever case, that gives you that cert that you're able to apply there. Mm-hmm. Within our service ourselves, on the domestic section, we have the ISAR unit as well, which we play a role with the Coast Guard as far as water-related incidents. As far as rescue and anything that's water-related. So there are different areas within the department that people may find an interest. We have some people that have gone on to be specialized in certain things, as in the BAIs, which are BA instructors, who these are the individuals who train in-house for entries into buildings and stuff like that. So they get the whole service pretty much prepared in the event that we get, anything that requires that that task, then, those are different areas, like I said before, that we have in it. Little areas of specialties.
Okay. I have a question that we continuously hear our callers comment on, and talking about the height of buildings and the either ability or inability for fire trucks to reach that. Now, I know we don't have to reinvent the wheel here in the Cayman Islands, but there are numerous jurisdictions that have high-rise buildings, multi-storied buildings, as well. What do we say to those persons who ask that question about the fire service's ability to deal with fire issues in tall buildings?
I'll speak on that part of it. A lot of people look at our ladder truck and say, okay, our ladder truck can't reach that building. But we need to take into account that there are systems within the structure that quickly alert people to get out of the building, which is the fire alarm system. And then there is the sprinkler system that gets the fire under control once it's started, in order for the fire service to reach. There's other features within buildings, but those, and then you have compartments within the structure that and smoke enclosed areas that protect the occupants of the building from inhaling smoke. So the different features in the buildings make the buildings a lot more safer. And in order to protect life and save property.
Okay, thanks for that.
And just to elaborate a little bit more, our Caymanian Chief Fire Officer, Mr. Dwight Randy Rankin, he is away in England, coming back on Monday from a secondment, a 6-week secondment, visiting various stations over in the UK. And he has explored some options for some higher appliances to be able to get more access into these buildings. I think Roy would probably know a little bit more about those types of equipment that he could possibly speak on.
Okay, Mr. Charlton?
Yeah, right now what Mr. Rankin has, he has visited some areas in the UK, as far as we're going through right now an aerial review of what we would need to have in place for when some of these 10-story buildings and proposed higher-rise buildings that are going through the planning phases now that should be here within another 3, 4, 5 years. Our capabilities right now, we have coverage for just about any building on this island. And what we're looking at now, what Mr. Rankin has been looking at now, like I said, we're going through an aerial review to see what appliance that we would need to have in place within another year or 2 years through a procurement process to be able to deal with those type of incidents. As Ms. McBean elaborated too, I think one of the things that we have to be so proud of is that our planning department, and our stringent enforcement of requirements in buildings nowadays make buildings here on the island a whole lot safer. I mean, we've seen that through Hurricane Ivan, if people can remember. Even though we had building damage, for what passed through here during Ivan, I think if we didn't have the building codes that we do have here, we would have had a lot more destruction. So those are some of the things that you have to bear in mind, that there are a lot of requirements that go into these buildings, and sometimes people, the owners can complain that this is oh, this is so expensive to have to put in place or whatever the case is. But, you have to look at the long term, that we're putting it here for your benefit. I've been to one or two calls that if we didn't have a sprinkler system in the building, it could have been a whole lot worse. So it's the thing that's it's like the pre-planning for to deal with what we have, what we see coming along in the future. And like I said, Mr. Rankin is away, looking at a number of different areas, what would best suit for what we have coming in another 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, what I'm going to ask you, we have about 5 minutes to go before our headline news. Want to keep you on at least until 9:15, if you can possibly stay on until then, because what we want to do is we want to go over what's taking place today, this afternoon as well. We want to go over that with you. But in talking, about. And you mentioned the fact that you're not like other departments where you have, various sections, but you mentioned inspection of places. You mentioned interaction with the planning department. Now, do you have separate sections to deal with inspections, or are officers who are regular firefighters? They have to do multiple roles in terms of like inspections and things of that nature as well?
Well, right now we have a specialized section. This is called the Fire Prevention Unit.
Okay.
And it's quite a small unit, but they specialize in plan reviews, and safety inspections. But the domestic crew, they also do inspections of buildings for familiarization.
Mm-hmm.
So the staff know that if they get a call, if they respond to an incident in a building today in the daylight, it's easy to navigate around that building. But what if you get that call at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning and it's dark? So they familiarize themselves with inspecting the buildings, going through the property to ensure that they know where the fire vehicle access lanes are, where the services are, like the fire hydrants, the fire wells, and different things like that. So, but there is a specialized unit that is a senior role, a middle management role.
Okay.
That they go away to school to study for also.
Okay. So again, those are areas where. If a person really has the drive and the desire to be a specialty officer within the fire service, that those opportunities are there.
Yeah, the opportunities are there. We currently have 2 vacancies there now, and we've had officers put forward interest, and we're looking at ways we can start to allow them to get some work experience in there until we can start the recruitment process of those positions, and then begins their overseas. Well, some officers have already started some overseas training for those specialized posts.
Okay. Ms. Susan, you ready for the headline news yet? Okay. Just one observation that I want to make, and when we return, you may want to comment on that as well. And another question I'm going to have for you has to do, with the other sources of recruitment. We know, for instance, that we have the Cayman Islands Regiment now. Whether or not there are opportunities to recruit through that, and any other organizations within the Cayman Islands. What do you do as far as looking for youngsters coming out of school as well? And only recently, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, we saw in Bermuda where there was a shortage of firefighters, and as a result of that, they had to do overseas recruitment, looking for trained, experienced fire officers to be able to jump into the job immediately because of shortage of fighters in Bermuda. How do we avoid here in the Cayman Islands having such a situation? And of course, your recruitment drive and boosting up the numbers in the fire service here would certainly help to solve that. But I'd ask you to comment on that as well. So, folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after headline news.
You are listening to Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
There are an estimated 920 active cases of COVID-19 in the Cayman Islands, with 120 of those being registered for Tuesday and Wednesday. 11 patients were hospitalized with COVID as of Wednesday. The 7-day rolling average is 54. A congressional inquiry has heard that ex-U.S. President Donald Trump watched last year's Capitol riot on TV at the White House, ignoring his children and aides who, quote, begged him to rebuke the mob. Adam Kinzinger, one of 2 Republicans on the Democratic-led committee, said, quote, he chose not to act. The hearing was told Mr. Trump did not make a single call to law enforcement or national security staff. He was, quote, motivated by his selfish desires to stay in power. And a young adult in New York has become the first U.S. resident in nearly a decade to contract polio. The unnamed patient in Rockland County is said to no longer be contagious, but has developed paralysis from the virus. The last known U.S. case of the highly contagious virus was recorded in 2013. Once feared across the nation, the disease was largely eradicated by a national vaccine campaign that began in 1955.
For the latest in news and information,
follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, radiocayman.gov.ky.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record, with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. It is our pleasure to have on the phone lines with us Deputy Chief Fire Officers Ms. Tina Ebanks McBean and Mr. Roy Charlton. So we're going to first talk about the other sources of recruitment within the Cayman Islands, our schools, the Cayman Islands Regiment, and any other volunteer organizations within the Cayman Islands. And you may also want to reiterate what the qualifications are as far as nationality or citizenship is concerned as well. Over to you, folks.
Okay, I'll speak on the schools. Every year we offer a few placements for students to come in on work experience. They're exposed to the daily routines on station as it relates to domestic aviation. If they're interested in fleet, we have them placed in fleet. We have some in administration, in HR section or finance. And we also let them ride along in the fire safety inspection unit.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty much exposed to the entire fire service as it relates to that. For the regiment, I know that Mr. Charlton has extended some fire service training in that area, so I'd let him elaborate on that part of it.
Okay, Mr. Charlton.
Yeah, with the regiment being a support unit to pretty much all the uniform services here, their new cohorts, whenever they come in, we've offered basic hose handling. They've been able to use some of the equipment that we have here under the guidance of our trained firefighters. Like, we have portable pumps and stuff like that we use for like flooding. We mostly geared towards what they would actually assist us with in the event of a natural disaster, like hurricanes, or storms, anything of that sort.
But since they're basically volunteer, would you seek to recruit them to transition over to the fire service if they had such an interest?
If they had an interest, yes. I mean, we like I said, anybody between the ages of 35 that think they have the mental capacity and physical ability to become a firefighter, whether in a regiment, or any other entity or area on the island. and if they have what it takes, sure, we would welcome that. I think one of the things that we're working on, I don't want to speak too much on it in case it, I step out of line.
Sure.
But we're also looking at the cadets, from a very young age, having an interest in, what they would want to become. Career-wise, I know they have a program within the cadets that they're looking at working with different areas. I think right now they have a set that's actually with the Coast Guard. So that's another area that we're looking at to start recruiting from that early age to say that, I have a keen interest in fire service. Yes, we put together the programs to be able to transition into some work experience, and from there then applying for a full-time job. So there are other areas that we're looking at or in talks with, as far as that process. As Ms. McMean elaborated, we also do a lot of job fairs for school leavers, in the private sector as well as the public school system. When they have their job fairs and stuff like that for the ones that are, like a year or two out from graduation, we go in and we show what we have to offer. If they have an interest, then, we take it from there.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so the other question that I had, and obviously these recruitment drives, and this one specifically, they're geared towards ensuring that you have the numbers that are required for you to effectively deliver the service that needs to be delivered either from a domestic standpoint or from the aerodrome standpoint. And I referred earlier to the case in Bermuda where they were seeking to recruit overseas firefighters to meet the firefighting requirements at their airport because there were complaints that the lack of resources available to meet international airport requirements, as well as their ability to meet local demand. How have you been able to keep pace with the demand that we're seeing here in the Cayman Islands, especially with the increase in construction, the increase in the number of flight arrivals in the Cayman Islands, and what we haven't touched on, and you may want to let us know whether or not you have any responsibility in this area. What if there was, unfortunately, a fire on board one of the cruise ships? What involvement would you have in that as well? So the main question is, ensuring that you keep your numbers up to par so that you never end up with a shortage.
Right now, we don't foresee with that having that situation. I mean, right now we haven't even gone back to our full watch system with the aviation since lockdown.
Okay.
So I don't foresee us having that issue as far as being able to carry out the job from an aviation standpoint. And even with the numbers, the numbers are where they are now. We're moving to try to build our watches to bigger numbers. Right now we have at 5, which is, for safe systems of work. Each shift has 5 members from the domestic standpoint. There's 9 on aviation at any given time for end of flight.
Mm-hmm.
With the new technology that we have on the aviation section now, as far as the appliances that we've just received, technology works hand in hand with as the world moves. So it makes firefighting a lot easier than what it used to be 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Okay.
In regards to I think the question was about the cruise ship.
Yes.
Actually, we were supposed to have a cruise ship exercise on Tuesday, which has been pushed back. But those are some of the things that we're looking at. As we stand now, we have the capability to assist any cruise ship that comes in here that has an issue. Of course, we would take our guidance from the onboard crew that they have trained for firefighting and take any guidance from them. But we have the resources that we would need to be able to deal with anything that I think that we can get between ourselves, the Coast Guard and Port Harbor Patrol, anything in that area. Like I said, there is always going to be that risk of something happening, and we always have to look at that. Like I said, we try to prepare ourselves as best that we can. in the event that we do get anything like that. But, you know, sometimes precautions is key. And, you know, one of the things that we in talks with them is that the safety aspect of, you know, their operations is key as well.
Okay, so we have about 6 minutes left. I want to give you, both of you, an opportunity to recap and also to hammer home exactly what is taking place and what you're looking for. Who wants to start?
Today, I'm just encouraging everyone to come out, see what we have, see what we're about. It gives you a week or two before the actual adverts go out to let you think it over. You know, one of the things that I've always said is that a lot of people, I think, have the misconception that we only come here and sit and play dominoes and those. And I mean, it's something that we've never sold our product. Is one of the biggest problems with Cayman Islands Fire Service, and we're changing that. You know, we're going through a transitional phase now as far as the leadership and everything else that's taking place, and we're hoping to change that culture, that people see what the worth of the Cayman Islands Fire Service and the enthused individuals that work within the service. We have a great group of young men and women, and you know, every day they put their lives on the line to serve our community. A lot of people don't see that aspect of it. I think one of the things that a lot of people don't also understand is that, you know, we come to work each day, but there's no guarantee that we'll go home.
Yes.
And, you know, with everything that happens on this island, anything that, you know, from a car on the road to a cat in the tree is a risk. You know, a lot, and people don't see that aspect of it. So we're hoping that we can get across to a lot of the individuals today. We'll have the conversations. We have a lot of our young firefighters, some of the old senior ones there as well, you know, to give what the journey has been like. I myself will be there, so I'm open for discussions with anybody who wants to know, you know, what has it been like for the last 35 years of your life in Cayman Islands Fire Service? What has been the joys? What has been the downfalls? What has been the benefits? You know, we have the young individuals who are there now that can say, well, you know, for the last 2 years, my life has changed. Here's where I'm at, you know. And I think one of the things that we always find with young individuals, so they're still toying at, what is it that I really want to do with my life?
Yes.
Where is it do I really want to go? Where do I see myself 5 years from now? Where do I see myself 10 years from now? You know, is this a job for me? Is this not a job for me? Am I only here for the pay? Or am I here for a career? You know, so these are some of the conversations we're hoping to have today with individuals to let them decide, make up their mind. Like, don't get me wrong, this is not a job for everyone. You have to have that mental capacity to be able to deal with some of the things that we deal with on a daily basis. And, you know, there are going to be times that it's going to be hard. You know, when I say to people, you know, what if you roll up on a scene and it's your own family member? Are you going to be able to separate your emotions, get your job done? These are some of the mental challenges that you will face. Are you prepared to go that route? Are you prepared for this? So, you know, it gives them a week to think about it. Do I really want to venture? Do I really want to take this on? Is this the job for me, type of thing? So those are the conversations we're hoping to have today with persons, giving them the opportunity of what Cayman Islands Fire Service is about.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, Mrs. Charlton. Ms. Tina, you get to have the last word.
Okay. Again, we welcome them, and it's at Spot Dock today between 3 and 7. Yesterday was in Cayman Back at the Aston Ruddy Center between 3 and 6. And we are really encouraging Sister Island applicants to also come out, because we have the Cayman Back Fire Station and the airport in Little Cayman that we offer coverage to. So really stressing to the Sister Island residents to come out, apply for the job, and we want to bolster recruitment on the Sister Islands and to invite as many females out. Today, myself and Miss Tiffany Ebanks will be there, along with the new one of our new recruits, Miss Chanel Frederick. Okay. Unfortunately, Miss Amelia Gillespie couldn't be there today because she's on annual leave, but we're going to be out there to help showcase the fire service. So we welcome one and all.
Okay, well, I thank you very much. I wish you all the success in your recruitment drive, and I want to say to you, thank you for your sterling and dedicated service to the people of the Cayman Islands in terms of keeping us safe as well. Thank you, both of you, and all members of the Cayman Islands Fire Service as well.
Thank you, too.
Well, thank you for having us.
Okay. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, the phone lines will be open, and if you don't want to talk to me, I will talk to you, and I have lots of things to say, so please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
We think it's time you crossed over to a new vehicle. And with the Toyota Corolla Cross now at Vant Motors, you have plenty of reasons to make the switch. The crossover body and hybrid engine is a sleek design in a sturdy structure with a spacious interior that opens to extensive cargo space. Stuck in traffic? The high-performance self-charging hybrid system automatically switches between gas and electric vehicle mode, helping you lower both fuel costs and carbon emissions. The Corolla Cross has full LED lighting inside and out, an integrated display audio system with energy monitor, and a dual-zone climate control system to ensure comfort for all. Test drive the new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid today at Vant Motors, Walkers Road.
Make your house into a home. Welcome to Brand Source Home Gallery, your source for premium products and a premium experience. We'll design and install your dream kitchen with crafted cabinets, complemented with elegant appliances. We'll fill it with quality houseware and cookware. Custom-designed closet and storage solutions organize and beautify any area. And with the finest bedding, you'll get a perfect night's sleep knowing Brand Source Home Gallery has everything you need to make your house a home.
The Health Services Authority's new pharmacy is now open at the Smith Road Medical Center. The new location features a large, comfortable waiting area and ticketing system to improve the patient experience. All uncollected prescriptions and refill requests previously submitted will now be available for collection at the Smith Road Pharmacy. Request your refills online at hsa.ky via WhatsApp 925-6532 or call 244-2715. For more information about our pharmacy hours, visit hsa.ky.
Esports in the Cayman Islands just got a major upgrade. That's right, NetGeeks Media is proud to present Gamers Bay 6. This is July 30th to 31st, 2022.
Compete head-to-head for over $10,000 on the PlayStation 5 in titles such as Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and FIFA 2022, utilizing our new gaming monitors.
Additional competitive titles include Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Switch, as well as Naruto Storm 4 for the PS4.
Oh, and did we mention keyboard and mouse can now also be used?
Back and better than ever. It's all going down July 30th to 31st, 2022 at the John Gray Gymnasium.
Meet international YouTube influencers Windy Girk and Beck Brojack. Let the world see the power of Cayman's competitors.
Visit GamersBayCayman.com to purchase spectator tickets, view schedules and times, purchase competitors' passes, as well as view the rules of each tournament.
Proudly sponsored by
Pepsi, Enterprise Cayman, Department of Tourism, C3 Pure Fiber, Radio Cayman, K Gadgets, Youth Services Unit, Office Supply, Cellular Cayman, Dolphin Discovery, The Matrix, and the Department of Education.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matters. For the record, with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. That was a very good conversation with the two representatives from the Cayman Islands Fire Service, Ms. Tina Ebanks McBean and Mr. Roy Charlton. So if you have a friend or a family member who's interested in working with the Cayman Islands Fire Service, encourage them to go out to the spots dock this afternoon, I think from 3 p.m. until 7. They will have demonstrations there, and then the application period will soon be coming up as well. We constantly hear about Cayman, employment in the Cayman Islands, Caymanians being employed. Many of you have expressed your concerns that there are certain departments, crucial departments within the Cayman Islands government that are not controlled, are not dominated by generational Caymanians, and have concerns about that. So some persons say you end up in a situation where the person arresting you is not like you or of you. Person deciding whether or not you're going to be charged is not of you or like you. The persons who are going to pass judgment on you is not of you or like you, unless it's a jury trial, and you may have some representation there. And there are people who have expressed those concerns within government departments. Here is an opportunity for you to go and to serve your country, and at the same time earn an honest living, contribute to your community, and stem the erosion that is taking place. I was talking to a friend the other day, and my prediction, and I hope it doesn't come true, but my prediction is that by the year 2050, Caymanians will no longer be in control of the Cayman Islands. 2050. I hope it doesn't come true, but we have to stem the tide. So get out there, apply for jobs, encourage others to apply for jobs. Now we know that there are systemic issues in the Cayman Islands that in some instances prevent Caymanians from getting jobs, or when they are in those jobs, sometimes they are victimized as well. There are instances when we as Caymanians, we are our worst enemy, own worst enemy, as well. So, we can't always, and we shouldn't always point the finger at someone else. But when you have government departments having to go out there and beg, cajole people to apply for jobs to come and work in departments that are headed by Caymanians, government departments that have traditionally been reserved for Caymanians only. First Nation, First People, Caymanians only. Take those opportunities. Take up those opportunities. But not only take them up, when you get in there, don't feel that because the person is a Caymanian who's over you, in charge of you, supervising you, and they have to give you instructions, they have to give you orders. You shouldn't feel that you have to be treated special because you are Caymanian. You have to get out there and earn your stripes. Earn your stripes. There are numerous examples in the Cayman Islands of Caymanians reaching the pinnacle of their profession, doing so, and those opportunities are still there. Yes, some of you complain and say, well, the government won't do what the Constitution allows them to do in terms of reserving positions for Caymanians, and if we can have in our, some have argued, and maybe a good point, if we can have it in our constitution that the deputy governor must be Caymanian, the cabinet secretary must be Caymanian. When it comes to qualifications for elected membership in our parliament, the Constitution lays out what those qualifications are. Some people are saying, well, why can't that be done in other respects as well? And yes, that can be done. But what you also want to, the government wants to ensure is that they don't want to shoot themselves in the foot, so that they end up reserving positions for Caymanians only, finding out then that there are huge gaps, huge vacancies in those particular positions or categories of employment, because they aren't being filled by Caymanians, and then you have to turn around and then open it back up because you don't have Caymanians who are applying for it. So, you know, there are pros and cons to that argument about that policy. There are certain key positions where you know you're going to get Caymanians. So it doesn't have to be a policy that is across the board. But yes, there is a call for certain jobs to be reserved for Caymanians. We know that it worked in the past, and had it not been for those policies, some of those departments that people are complaining about now that are dominated by non-Caymanians, if it weren't for those policies, within the fire service, within the immigration department, within the customs department, then we would be complaining about those as well. So it worked there, so why can't it work elsewhere? It's going to take quite a struggle to reverse the situation, but that is where the hard work begins. I believe we do have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yes, sir. Good morning. And I wasn't touch nothing on the fire. I have another issue. Just give me time. But I agree with what you said just now. But you going far. You said 3 mouthfuls, not one. About in the 50s. We not go that far because Caymanian is nothing in their own country now. They used to say, John, come late, let's take, but I call them the higher, come late, let's come and take it over now. And discussing to the fire department, years ago, that was the only department in government that had loan Caymanian. Now I have a higher, come late, and they wouldn't give my son a job. And his father hired plenty of them, a special one that was on the speaking this morning. All of them, he gave jobs like the older ones, but they wouldn't give him a job. And tears came in his eye, and he passed the test in flying colors. But that's okay. He's surviving, and he living. But what I want stress this morning is that police, you always be on the road, on the radio saying the life you save might be your own. Mm-hmm. Well, one car come lately, I called him this morning. I went up. I don't know where he was speeding or what he had stealing, must have been running or whatever. So early in the morning, I went up by the college walking because I goes down and sweep because I've been sweeping from the college gate to Fire Road from 1985. And I'm going on a tour this morning to picking me up at 9:45. So I got out late, early and went. One guy, I don't know who he is, but I call him an old fart because he not got no manners and he's not a Caymanian. He show us stick up and all that, but I tell him, because I can't tell you on the radio what I tell him, but he can't curse no better than me. And the guy that was, that were coming out, he must have seen, if he had hit me, I guess, if he didn't kill me, he won't break me up so bad. But I can tell you one thing, and I don't know what he was going speeding.
Wow.
After 5 minutes after 6 in the morning. And because that guy, and then the guy see that the guy blocked him, and he almost hit the guy, but I guess he had preferred him to hit him. That in one Baco park up in the college thing, and I tell him, I say, sir, you should have been driving that. I say, you see that? And you had to see when he got there by air once he showed his head out the window and cursed and said mother effers, and he stick his finger up and show you the stick outside. And I showed 2 minds and I said, you stick this up, you I said, because you one old scrawny looking white head, come my head white, but his head do look like mine. I tell you, these people are something, but police need to be, they used to duck. And I tell them about the speeders. We got one out in hand that comes out of our road that morning in one little old Cooper. And they need to be ducking out at that college, especially early morning, and they will catch enough one because that's how they kill people. The other morning we were going to the people from out the office out there come to pick us up, premier office, to take us to the museum. And when the lady had a superior came out the gate, we never see nothing, and one come flying like a bat out of hell. Good thing Bill Ray Hall look out, one old white car, and I mean, we almost had head-on collision. They were closest. I don't know about God one in that we never hit. Because, I mean, they shoot out there from another because she looked before she come out, and all of a sudden he flat out just like a bat out of hell. So half of the things is feeding and people doing stupidness. And this old man, I don't know where he was going this time of morning, and then come telling people about stick up.
Wow. Yeah, that goes to show you, exactly the attitude they have about driving as well. It is really unfortunate, and I always say that the police can't be everywhere at the same time. But I believe that we have to use technology to clamp down on all of these drivers that are out there, because you can't police every one of them. But what you can do is you can hit them where it hurts, in their pockets, if you have speed cameras and stuff, and you basically just send them a ticket. So, caller, I want to thank you very much for that. We're going to go to a commercial break. We do have another caller on hold. We will take that caller as soon as we return. So folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
JN Money touchdown. Send the money now. Reach wow. You say you need some money. JN Money, I can send it in a hurry. Get through quick when you come collect your cash, or use your money card and swipe it in a flash. Send funds to any bank? Yeah. Pay your bills quick? Yeah. Low fees, you know what it? Yeah. JN Money, we are pick? Yeah. Send and receive funds at any JN Money location. It's fast, affordable, and convenient. Money touchdown with JN Money. Send funds to any bank? Yeah. Pay your bills quick? Yeah. Low fees, you know what it? Yeah. JN Money, we are pick? Yeah.
Call 345-945-2014 for details. Available at JN Money locations across the Cayman Islands.
Hi, I'm remodeling our bathroom. I have a few questions.
Sure.
What are some ideas to make my bathroom feel larger? How do I know if I'm picking the right vanity? How do I choose a new toilet or a new countertop? Also, the lighting is terrible. Can I put a window or a skylight? And do I really need an exhaust fan?
You've come to the right place. At Brand Source, we custom design kitchen and baths, and our talented design team can help answer your questions. Whether you're looking for a modern, functional family bathroom or a luxurious personal retreat, we'll help create that beautiful space that makes your home yours. And if you're in a rush for a new look and have a limited budget, our ready-to-install bathroom vanities, built with solid wood and countertops of the finest materials, are a quick and easy remodeling solution.
For the very best in custom-designed kitchens and baths, visit Brand Source Home Gallery on Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, Cayman's Kitchen and Bath Center.
With Logic, you get more things you do want, like faster fiber internet, more TV, entertainment, and better customer service. And you get less of the things you don't want, like waiting, boredom, and disappointment. More of the good, less of the bad. It just makes sense. Or should I say, it's logical. See what I did there? Call us or go to logic.ky to find out how you could be getting way more of what's good.
JN Money presents the official Jamaica 60th Independence celebrations on Friday, August 5th at the Lion Center, featuring from Jamaica, General Degree. Alongside Erica Asai, Leroy Evans, Rose Gold, Dream Chasers dancers, and much more. There will be kids talent contest, best dress, and a dancing contest. Lots of prizes and giveaways, plus the best Jamaican food all day long. Health fair from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. where you can get your PSA, diabetes, and blood pressure checked for free. Music by DJ Bengal and MC Lady T. Don't miss the Jamaica Independence celebrations Friday, August 5th at the Lion Center, featuring General Degree. Admission is absolutely free. Sponsored by Kingston 62, Best Dressed Chicken, Popeyes, Royal Medical, Kmart Discount Store, People's Choice Grocery, Nathan General, Hot 104.1 FM, Cayman Airways, Cost You Less, Radio Cayman, and Breeze FM.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matters. For the record, with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio, but the lines are open and we do have a caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. And I just want to say thank you to you and your guests in there from the Cayman Islands Fire Service.
Thank you.
Very, very important topic we're talking about today. Before I stray a little too far about the main topic, which is going to all be related. But first of all, I really encourage young people, young Caymanians to apply, to find out about this career and apply for it. Because as you mentioned in the past, where this has been done and it's been pursued very deliberately, it's been a very successful track of career for Caymanians. And quickly, I can talk about my own example, an example of many people I know and love because I've worked with them for decades, is, we had a company, Cable and Wireless, that was very deliberate in finding Caymanians to train. And like the fire service, they had a very deliberate, very well laid out career path for you to take training, it was formal training and education as well as formal certification, as well as work experience requirements. It was almost like in the old days, in the old craft guilds, back in the old countries of Europe, they had these guilds, and we were taught by the masters of the craft, both through the formal training, this was City and Guilds of London Institute, and the name of that institute alone tells you, where it came from. And I'm very delighted to hear that the fire service is doing a very, very similar thing. The power of that is amazing. And, you start off in a career in the fire service, but because of the disciplines that you're led through, both in the practices that you apply in your job, as well as in the educational and certification of the training, you are then able to apply those skills in a wide variety of industries. And I will give myself an example. I started off as a trainee technician.
Wow.
And by the time I left that company 35 years later, I had risen to the rank of CEO. CEO in another country for a couple of years, and then CEO in the Cayman Islands for another 10 years. But here's the thing. So I started off in engineering, did that for some 23 years I was in engineering. But then, because I'd proven myself with the disciplines that it took to do the studies, to get the certification, to learn the trade, but also to learn the disciplines of the craft, disciplines of the practice, right? I was given the opportunity to move up in rank to senior management, to top management, to CEO. But not only that, after those 35 years at that company, after those 12 years as CEO in the private sector, which, by the way, the company was extremely successful, and part of its success was hiring Caymanians, developing local people who had a passion for what we were doing, for serving the nation. Then I did a complete change of industry, and went into something very different in the public sector, running that as CEO for another 12 years. So I want to encourage young Caymanians that the path today, the next rung on the ladder looks like trainee fireman, but where that can lead can be amazing if you apply yourself.
That is so true.
Because you have an organization who has a very disciplined, very structured, methodical way of you progressing your career by progressing your skill sets, by progressing your formal certification is recognized not just in Cayman, but many places around the world, and you work your way up, and you don't know where it could lead. The sky's the limit. Really want to encourage people, young Caymanians, to apply for that and work for it.
Thank you very much for that, and using yourself as an example as well. Classic, example of how far you can go if you're dedicated to it, if you put your mind to it.
And if I may, Mr. Conn, I want to extend this way beyond me, because this is not just about me. When I look around today in very important positions in the private sector and the public sector, I can see people who, like me, followed the same track, did the same things, had the same challenges in the early days. In other words, we went through the training, particularly the technical training, right, and worked our way up into various positions within Cable and Wireless, various senior positions within Cable and Wireless, positions of responsibility. And the company then, as you know, in 2008 decided it was going to change into a different mode where they were going to try and run it as one company across the Caribbean, and then progressively, you know the story after that. It's not all pretty, but it's fact of life. Right?
Yep.
But, however, our nation has been the beneficiary of those people, because look at where those people have ended up. They're running the Cayman Islands Airports Authority. They're running the heads of Office of Utilities Regulation.
Mm-hmm.
So many different entities. The head of the e-government.
Yes.
Right. So many different places, and not only them, but people who, frankly, are their very, very competent deputies. Well, they're the beneficiaries of that training, but that path, but that very disciplined approach. But you had a company that understood the value and imperative to develop local people.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
You had an employer who got it, and they profited immensely from it, not just in Cayman, but elsewhere in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
They did the same thing. Mm-hmm. And it was an ethos that was ingrained in us. Mr. Connor, by the time I left that other Caribbean island, I knew the ethos, right? So by the time I left, we had converted that gradually, progressively, deliberately. By the time I left, only 5% of those people needed a work permit.
Wow.
Yeah. After I was CEO here for 10 years, by the time I left that company in the private sector, 5% or less of the people required a work permit.
Excellent.
By the time I left in January, my 12 years as CEO in the public sector, that company had 5% or less. I mean, this wasn't a sudden thing. It was very deliberate. It was a strategy, and it worked. Less than 5% of those people on work permits.
Excellent. Yep. Okay.
But the leadership has to understand why that's an imperative.
Mm-hmm.
They have to understand the benefit of it. They have to understand why the company can then be immensely successful. I mean, in the telecom sector, you will remember the last several years were in fierce competition, hyper competition, really.
Yeah.
But by the time I left that company, I'm not sure what the position is today, but by the time I left in 2008, that company still had retained more customers in each sphere of its operation: mobile, landline local service, international service, internet, lease lines, all of these different categories of service that we offer.
Yeah, and those that left, most of them eventually came back to them afterwards too.
And I can tell you that the day that I was able to get another retirement package, because they were changing the company in a way that, let's put it this way, it made sense for the move to be done. We still had more customers in each of those sectors of our operation than all the competitors combined. And I think a huge part of that was the passion, A, of the Caymanians in the company running it and doing these things to a standard of excellence, and B, the customers appreciating and having relationships with those of us doing what we did. Because after all, one of the things I found, Mr. Connor, companies don't do business with companies, People do business with people.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Okay. So if I may quickly shift gears, you bemoan what is happening in other sectors of the community, of employment, where Caymanians are low. Now, I know it's easier for us to point fingers, say, well, the employers are not following what we used to do back in the day where you had these excellent companies. I just gave one example. We weren't the only one.
We have about a minute left before I have to go to the break, so I'm going to ask you to speed it up for me.
However, the problem we have is a fundamental one that the government needs to address, and that is the minimum wage. If you, for example, you look today, right, and if you look in the sectors of, well, you pick up the labour force survey, right, and there are a couple of sectors in there that represent food and beverage and hospitality. So one is called accommodation. I'm looking at the fall 2019 labour report. That's a pre-COVID one, right? Accommodation, 63.2% are non-Caymanian. Restaurant and mobile food services activities, 74% are non-Caymanian. What's the minimum wage for that? You see the correlation?
Yes, yeah.
You see the correlation. I mean, when you're talking about somewhere around $4.50 an hour is the actual minimum wage in those sectors. I think there may have been a bit of a tweak to that, but not much. And where government had announced 3 years ago, this month, July 2019, that minimum wage was going to be revised. What is the minimum wage today? I'll leave you with that, Mr. Connor. We have to get to the fundamentals and understand why the economy is doing what it's doing. And we, in the country and in our government, need to fix it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Beautiful talking with you, and certainly so many truths to what you had to say as well. We're going to take a last commercial break. We have one caller on hold. We're going to take that caller, and then I have been the CUC questions. Someone has sent me some information on that, so I want to share that with our audience as well. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
JN Money touchdown. Send the money now. Reach wow. You say you need some money, JN Money, I can send it in a hurry. Get through quick when you come collect your cash, or use your money card and swipe it in a flash. Send funds to any bank, yeah. Pay your bills quick, yeah. Low fees, you know what it, yeah. JN Money, we are pick, yeah. Send and receive funds at any JN Money location. It's fast, affordable, and convenient. Money touchdown with JN Money. Send funds to any bank, yeah. Pay your bills quick, yeah. Low fees, you know what it, yeah. JN Money, we are pick, yeah.
Call 345-945-2014 for details. Available at JN Money locations across the Cayman Islands.
We think it's time you crossed over to a new vehicle. And with the Toyota Corolla Cross, now at Vant Motors, you have plenty of reasons to make the switch. The crossover body and hybrid engine is a sleek design in a sturdy structure with a spacious interior that opens to extensive cargo space. Stuck in traffic? The high-performance self-charging hybrid system automatically switches between gas and electric vehicle mode, helping you lower both fuel costs and carbon emissions. The Corolla Cross has full LED lighting inside and out, an integrated display audio system with energy monitor, and a dual-zone climate control system to ensure comfort for all. Test drive the new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid today at Vant Motors, Walkers Road.
Ransomware, DDoS, malware, phishing. If you don't know what those mean, you're not alone. But if you aren't protected against those cybersecurity attacks, then your business is at risk. Don't leave your data or your business vulnerable. Get Digicel Business Protect. Simpler, smarter cybersecurity. Visit our website, www.digicelbusiness.com, to request a callback or call us now on 623-2499.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
New stock has just arrived at Super Stitch. Now don't take my word for it. Drop by and see for yourself. Fresh off the boat, we have loads of fabric, vinyl upholstery fabric, fabric for cushions, outdoor fabrics, and dress fabric. That's not all. Super Stitch has sewing accessories and craft items. Included in the new shipment, you will find sheets, comforters, throw pillows, bath mats, rugs, and curtains for every room in your home. Super Stitch, 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best price in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Hello, Cayman. Please join me, contestant number 4, Carmody Banks, and our 7 lovely contestants at this year's Miss Cayman Islands Universe pageant on Saturday, the 6th of August at the Westin on 7 Mile Beach. Doors open at 6 o'clock p.m. Show starts at 7. Tickets available at Funky Tanks. Huge thanks to our corporate sponsors, Ministry of Tourism, Radio Cayman, Compass Media, and Cayman Airways.
Miss Cayman Islands Universe tickets are also available at Funky Monkey.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matters. For the record, with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're on the last leg of the show this morning. We have a caller, and I have 3 things to share with you. So let's do it this way. So this person says, morning, OC. It would be sad. It would be a sad day if your prediction comes true. But is our government willing to put in place policies to have a moratorium on permanent residence and Caymanian status, and segregating certain jobs or for Caymanians? That is a good, excellent question in that regard. And if you want to know more, about some of these things, you heard our previous caller, Mr. Tim Adam, give us some figures there in relation to certain industries and what the proportion of work permit holders in those positions. Well, there will be a press conference on the final 2021 census report. Now, looking at that census report will tell you a lot, and if you're involved in demographics, then you can study it even more. But maybe the government will, at some point in time, hire a specialist and say, can you tell us, based on all of these figures, what does this say to Caymanians? What does this say about Caymanian control? So we don't just get the figures, but let's put some meat to the figures. So there will be that press conference next week, Wednesday, the 27th of July, 2022, 2 p.m. at GIS Studios. Of course, the press will be invited, but there's no question that Radio Cayman will probably will cover it, as well as government TV also. So let's take a look at those census figures and see where we're at. Like I said, I hope my prediction doesn't come true, but that is just a cursory glance. I've been on this earth now for almost 72 years. So let's say if I figure out, 12 years out of that, you're 12 years old, not much that you're observing and stuff like that. So let's say 60 years, I've had an opportunity to observe and see the Cayman Islands progress, regress at the same time. Let's grab the caller, and then I still have something else to share with you, very important, about how you qualify for the government. The program, fuel relief program that government has provided as a caller. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, and I'm missing my friend on the show on Friday mornings, man.
Oh, he was here on Wednesday. As well, and Monday, I believe, also. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, getting to the point, your prediction of what, 2050?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're 10 years too much.
Okay.
As the rate we're going now, by 2040 we'll be foreign long time, before 2050. What we need in this country is some bold-faced leaders into this country to put moratoriums in place. Like yesterday, these people are allowed to come in here and bring who they want to do the construction. You see them in the police force. You see them all over the place, okay? People have no interest in trying to recruit Caymanians, motivate them, because, you know the song of the day, Caymanians don't want to work. Nothing could be further from the truth, but like the gentleman said earlier, $4.50 an hour, that is horse, whatever, in our days, okay? A minimum wage should be $10 an hour, OC. Okay? What we're seeing in our little our country here, it is so disheartening. I just feel so down to see my Caymanians up and down the street, and they're not all lazy guys. You pay them a decent day's work, you will get a decent day's pay, you get a decent day's work. We are so confused into this country, and nobody, including our own people, looks at Caymanians anymore and try to motivate them. Everything is, well, you know, because they have on a necktie, because they got a little job. What's wrong with us? This country is so far behind in trying to get Caymanians on the ball to move. And Caymanians are a people, we too easy, we too laid back, we too sympathetic. We are not bold-faced enough to look them straight in the face and say, this is my country now. This is where I am. You come from wherever you come from, that's your business, but respect, maximum respect for Caymanians. And I don't see it coming. You know, so I'm not going to stay in your show all day, my friend, because you got things to do and so have I.
Yeah, but I want to give you an opportunity to have your say too.
Yeah, it is. It is disheartening because I look around and see Caymanians going to look for jobs on construction, and they tell them to come back tomorrow. They go back to say come back next week to put them off. But when you look on the job, you see they got their own nationality. Definitely could even be illegal for what I care or what I know into this country, and they don't have the discipline or the manners of a John Crow. It sounds rude, but it's true. They look at you and say, you know, they don't stop for you. They don't. What's wrong with this place? And nobody in authority, like I said, has the guts, right, the face to stand up and say, look, we have to put a moratorium on this. We will only have a certain amount of nationalities from any country that Caymanians might have a chance to breathe in their own country. We are swamped and we are swarmed, my friend. I don't have the answer right now, but something needs to be done.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that, caller. Have a great day. Please stay safe as well. So, folks, this Cayman Islands Government Fuel Relief Program, how will this be reflected on my bill is the question. So the Government Assistance Program will offer a fuel cost credit for residential customers who have a monthly billed consumption of 101 kilowatt hours through 2,000 kilowatt hours during the months of July, August, and September. The credit will automatically be applied to the bills issued in August, September, and October. So in August's bill, you should see a credit. In September's bill, you should see the credit. And in October's bill, you should see a credit as well. So you will have your bill, and near to the bottom line, I believe somewhere there, you will see a minus sign, and it will tell you, how much you have been credited. Who is not eligible for this program? Commercial customers are not eligible. Customers with less than 101 kilowatt hour billable consumption. Customers with more than 2,000 kilowatt billable consumption hours. And it says that you should note that if you are not eligible for the credit, you will see no change in your bill statement. By reviewing your historical bills to identify what your average kilowatt consumption has been, this will give you an idea if you will qualify for the program or not. The chart the chart on your CUC bill will display consumption for the last 12 months. Further historical bill access will also is also available on My CUC. So if your consumption is usually slightly over 2,000 kilowatt per month, you may implement energy conservation efforts and reduce your consumption to be eligible for the subsidy. So you should look and see what your consumption is. So let's say, for instance, if your consumption is 2,020 kilowatt hours, you try to get that 20 kilowatt hour down, which means you may want to unplug some devices, turn off your lights when they're not being used, to get you to that level that you will then be able to qualify. Because if you're above the 2,000 kilowatt hours per month, you're not going to qualify if you are a residential customer, not a commercial customer, because as a commercial customer, you will not qualify anyway. Goes on to say that the July 2022 electricity consumption to be billed in August will reflect a fuel cost of 20 cents per kilowatt hour. This cost will impact all consumption beginning on the 1st of July 2022, with the fuel relief program initiated by the Cayman Islands government. Most residential customers will receive a credit decreasing this amount to 15 cents per kilowatt hour. This will be reflected on the next monthly billing statement for all eligible customers. And they have provided some samples, as well, which I can't show you, on here. But if you go to the CUC website, I'm sure that you will be able to find it as well. But the gist is, in relation to this, is that you have to be a residential customer. If you are consuming less than 101 kilowatt hour billable consumption, you're not going to qualify. And if you're consuming more than 2,000 kilowatt hours, you're not going to qualify as well. Again, to be reminded that it will be reflected in August, for the months of August, September, and October as well. Folks, I want to thank everyone who participated this morning in today's conversation. I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles, as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. I also want to remind you that we are our brothers and our sisters' keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, and I ask you to extend a helping hand to them. If you can't do that, then I suggest you donate to a worthy charity, because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want, or even those who crave. So I say to you, have a great day. Continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join Sterling Dweedy Mikes at 12:15 for talk today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record is brought to you by Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealership serving the Cayman Islands. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. West Bay Pharmacy, taking care of your health. And JN Money. From abroad to yard. Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Continuing the Caymanian tradition.
Let Korab keep my ground so clean.
The heart and soul of the Cayman people. Thank you for keeping the culture alive.
Spread the news every day. From East End to Georgetown, down into West Bay.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.